From Transformers, Age of the Primes. It is a special 4-pack, a Target exclusive that contains Ultra Magnus, the Autobot Bumper, Horri-Bull, and a version of Nemesis Prime we've not seen before. Yeah, that sounded a little dramatic. But yes, I got the 4-pack. I'm going to open it up, go through it for you guys so you can check this out. They're very neat. And before I go too much further, I do want to thank our sponsor, Toy Hacks, for sponsoring this video. You want to glow these guys up? Toy Hacks can help you, just like they're glowing up this Megatron right over here. That Megatron is a studio series, looks so much better with stickers. These guys can look better with stickers. And they can also help you with all your needs, from G1 replacement stickers, G2 replacement stickers, all the way up to Combiner Wars, Titans Return, Siege, and Age of the Primes. Plus, they do have an armory and backdrops. Right now, depending on when you go to their site, they temporarily took down the armory because of the Canadian postal strike, so don't freak out when you don't see it, but it will be back. They are working on some really cool new guns. Yeah. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. But go to toyhacks.com, check it out, and with that being said, we want to get into this 4-pack and have some fun with 2 good guys and 2 bad guys, and a cat. Be right back. Okay, since Sky's on the table, I'm going to be very careful as I open this package with the knife to make sure that she does not come near the blade. She is very interested in this package. She is sniffing it like you wouldn't believe. I open it up and a mouse rings out. There's going to be chaos. But let's take these guys out. Now, it is a windowed box, which is nice, and you can see everybody on the back in their various modes. And these are pretty much repaint retools, and they come with a shitty sheet of paper. Now, I know we've already gotten a squeeze play. This has Horri-Bull. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, did we get a Fangry? I'm pretty sure we got a Fangry. So if that's the case, we are, with Horri-Bull, getting our final one. If we didn't, well, then we need to get one, but I'm pretty sure we got a Fangry. There's so many Transformers, it's hard to keep track. But I'm gonna snip these guys off here, and I will introduce them as I remove them. I've already said their names, and you probably know. So here we have Nemesis Prime, but he is modeled after the animated version. So now we have a similar mold for animated Motormaster. We have Optimus, and now we have Nemesis Prime in animated form. By the number of ties that they put to keep these guys in place, you gotta wonder if maybe they think that Toy Story is real. Here we have Horri-Bull, which is not the best name in the world. In fact, you could say it's a horrible name. But I think by that point, Bob Budiansky had no longer associated with naming the Transformers, though it might have been, but he's got his gun there. I've also just snipped the X for Nemesis Prime, though if I recall correctly, it does extend, so it's a heck of an X. So that's our 2 bad guys. I'm gonna put those over here just so I don't have to adjust the camera all that much. I'm gonna put our first good guy, who's known as Bumper. Now, what's interesting about Bumper is he was never released as an official Transformer in G1, but he was released in G1. He was one of the micro-change line that were supposed to be toy cars. That's where the mini-bots came from, which is why the proportions are usually not exact. And he could often be found in Bumblebee packaging, sometimes a Cliffjumper packaging. Sometimes you'd find a red Bumblebee or a yellow Cliffjumper because they were using old stock from the micro-change line. But he now has his own official figure, but he is clearly a remold of Bumblebee. Just as Ultra Magnus here is a recolor of the deluxe size Optimus Prime that was actually pretty dang popular. And he's even got a nice blue X that goes with him. Now we got this whole thing of Autobot paper. So I'm gonna open up as soon as I clean off my table. Now, you might think because I'm cleaning off my table that I'm a clean freak. That is not true. See all the shit on the floor behind me, but when I'm presenting, I like to have a clean surface to use. Dang, it's a lot of ties. You'd be able to see that were Sky not in the way. Okay, we have the instructions, and now let's see what's in this package here. And we're gonna stand him back up because he fell over. And he just fell over again. Sky is very curious about what's in this packaging, as am I. And what is in here is, first of all, we have the little light that goes on the back of Nemesis Prime, so he could be an evil black fire truck. We also have the thick version of the gun for Ultra Magnus. The original Optimus Prime in G1 was sometimes packaged with a thinner rifle like this one, and sometimes had a thicker one. So they give you options. That is kind of cool. They also have, which you have to open up the chest to put in, a matrix for Ultra Magnus, which I have to say, last time someone gave him a matrix, he kind of got blown to bits. So, you know, almost drawn and quartered if they didn't decide that was too horrendous. So I don't know if that's wise. There's also a small gun here for Bumper, but the major parts here, and I'm going to actually refer to the instructions just to make sure I put them on properly. It's a Horri-Bull head, not a horrible head, Horri-Bull head. His tail/gun, which we're going to put in its other hand for now, which is interesting because the original also had his gun as a tail weapon, plus he had another one. And on a sprue are the 2 horns, so once we pop them off the sprue, this very thick sprue can get tossed aside, and the horns get put on the Horri-Bull head, which then plugs in here. So he kind of has horns in his robot mode. Very cool. All right, they're all got their accoutrement. Let's start off with Horri-Bull because he was the most interesting to put together. So there he is. I'm gonna give him a spin on the turntable of doom so you can see him in his completed glory. And see he's got kind of hollow legs in the back, but that's probably necessary. So he is an extensive retool and recolor of Titans Return's Skull Smasher, who I guess is supposed to be Skull Cruncher. And he comes with Kreb, his head. And let's just take a look at, first of all, the deco is nice, and the fact that he has uncovered his speed, strength, and intelligence, which, if we take the head off, doesn't go away as the original one was kind of did, so you could actually have different strength and speeds. Not sure if that worked with the juniors, but it did work with the regular Headmasters. But he definitely is a great homage to the original. And let's check out some posability, because you know what I want to see. And yes, he can. Full toes up, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Awesome. Can he kick forward? Very nicely. Can he kick back? Not as nicely. Up are their ankle swivels. Quite generous ones. Can practically do a split and keep his feet flat to the ground. Sidekick, obviously, quite high and doing a split as well. He bends at the knee. He also has a swivel, which is right near the hip. And his knee looks a little weird, but yeah, it works fine. Twisting at the waist, all the way around. Excellent. Arms, all the way around. Off to the side, just a lot of motion there. Bends at the elbow, swivels very nicely up by the shoulder. The fists do not twist, but he has a second swivel. He's got one at the shoulder and he's got one on his right below the elbow, right where the forearm begins. So very posable there. And the head that spins around all the way. So the posability of this guy, there's a lot of possibilities. And he looks badass with 2 guns. Spin on a turntable of doom. Let's check out Bull mode. Now obviously you just unfold the head. Let me get a closer look at that. And he can go inside this compartment on Horri-Bull's back. Now overall I think he's pretty solid. Now these are supposed to snap into place. They don't seem to want to. There we go. And there's also in the instructions it shows that the arms are supposed to also snap to place, which I find kind of irritating because I would rather have him be able to move his claw out if he wants to and actually stand like that if he wanted to. Because, you know, it's not like he has to be anatomically correct anyway. But supposedly there's something here that plugs into the inner part and it doesn't seem to want to do that. So there he is. As far as posability, the tail doesn't move. The back legs can actually move. Can move them back and forth. There's going to be no twisting here. And the front legs, you can put them forward, you can put them back, you can put them straight down. You can put them in a number of different stances. And the horns move too, so you can put those forward. And I'm not sure if he looks so much like a bull or one of the monsters from Ghostbusters. His mouth also does open so he can take a bite out of crime or a bite out of honest people, which I guess would be the opposite of taking a bite out of crime. So 1 down. Horri-Bull. Like it. Like having all the Headmaster Juniors. We need all the Autobot Headmaster Juniors. That'd be nice. Let's go with Ultra Magnus next. This is going to be relatively quick, and Sky has returned because she just couldn't stay away from Transformers, especially ones that change it to animals. So again, he's got the extra gun, which is nice. He's got the matrix inside, so his chest does open. Aww. And the chest does open like the original G1 toy. It does fold out like that. It does not open like in the movie. But very quickly, the tires can go up on the sides, so he actually can get into a full Jean-Claude Van Damme, just like the other the Optimus Deluxe. He's got very generous ankle swivels. The front bumper flips up so he can actually kick forward pretty well. Kick back. Maybe I just didn't notice with the, or don't remember with the Deluxe Optimus if that did it. That might be new, might not be. Let me know if you happen to have your Deluxe Optimus around if he does the same thing. Full split side kick, bends at the knee, swivels very nicely. The wheels on the bus go round and round, but these go up and these go up to accommodate different poses. Arms go all the way around. He does also twist all the way around at the waist, but arms all around, arms to the side. It's got the nice smokestacks here, which can move a little bit, probably all the way around if you want to. Don't know why you'd want to. Full swivel, the fists themselves do not twist, but some great posability, and the head, of course, turns all the way around. And he's got a red stripe on the top for light piping, because he's got red eyes. So if you can angle the light right, his eyes glow red. I don't know if that's good, because blue eyes are supposed to be good guy eyes, but very nice. And again, if you have the G1 Universe, the Deluxe Optimus, it's this, just, you know, different colors. And the instructions do show him with both guns, so he can really take his revenge out on the sweeps for what they did to him. All right, cab mode, not taxi cab mode. You know what I mean. So there he is in his cab mode, and I have to say, it was a little touch and go for a moment. I thought that these weren't going to push in well enough, but they seem to be doing fine. And he's got weapon storage on the back. I don't know that I would be very happy seeing a cab driving down the highway with a giant axe attached to the back, but you know, what can you say? No matter what the color of the cab. But he's got the Autobot symbol on one side, gray smokestacks, and he looks good. I haven't measured him. He's about 4 inches, but he's the same size as the Deluxe Optimus. I'll have to be better about measuring. I've forgotten, sorry, I just did a bunch of blockies and I didn't measure those either. Horri-Bull's a little, about 6, almost 6.5 inches with his horns. Woohoo! All right, time for a roll test. Well, he's going off to the side a little bit. Let's see if we can fix that. Make sure he is fully in contact, and doesn't roll the best, but it rolls somewhat. How often are you going to roll it, really? So there you are, Ultra Magnus. Let's go with the other bad guy, Nemesis Prime, but animated. And he's about 7 inches, so he's like Voyager size. So let's back this camera up so we can get him fully into frame. And he does have the huge axe, and I don't remember if these posts were on the original ones or if they were added in just to make it easier for him to hold it two-handed and flop over. Oh, he looks pretty intimidating with that axe. Someone you wouldn't want to run into in a dark alley on Cybertron or any other planet. He's got the gray battle mask down, and I've always liked the black and the teal and the red together. It's kind of a cool look. And as you can see, he's got the Decepticon symbol on the same shoulder as Optimus Prime normally has his. He just looks good. All right, posability wise, let's go through him. And if we try for a toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme, I believe we couldn't quite do it with the animated one either. I'm not even sure if I did a review on that one, but yeah, he's definitely not quite doing the Jean-Claude Van Damme. Ankle swivels, quite generous ones. I think I didn't do a review on the animated Optimus, mainly because I was looking for my original animated Optimus and I was going to do a versus review. I was missing a piece and I hate showing things that are missing a piece, so I didn't do it. So that's a shame. Kick forward, kick back, bend at the knee so he can kiss someone and his leg can go up, or he can knee them and their balls can go up. Side kick, pretty high, not quite a full split, but pretty high with both legs. Twisting at the waist, all the way around. Arms, all the way around, off to the side. Bends very nicely at the elbow, pretty much all the way over. And then it does swivel very nicely. So lots of arm posability, and the head twists around too. So a nice overall figure, a nice animated version of Nemesis Prime, quite posable. Let's get him into his evil fire engine mode. Oh, and he does have weapon storage on his back in case he wants to not carry around his axe. So that's kind of cool. And he does have enough of a swivel so that if you wanted to, you could extend the entire thing and put it through both hands so he could hold it by the handle. Though interestingly, trying to put it through the left hand and have him hold it the other way seemed more difficult, so it didn't want to go through that hand. So interesting. It's got the nice rocket on the back so he can use the rocket axe. Yeah, the axe tracks all the women. Bots. All right, vehicle mode time. So there he is, Nemesis Prime animated version, pretty much in beautiful mode. I have to say, you do have to pop things in exactingly or else he flops. No, he looks good. I really don't like the weapon storage on the back here. It just kind of looks creepy. I do like him without the axe on the back. No, I'm trying to see if there's another way. No, not really. I would just put it aside. Could always put it here. But cool looking truck and only about 5 inches long. And time for the roll test. Rolls much better than Ultra Magnus. I like it. So there you have Nemesis Prime, animated version. And we'll put this here for now because we're gonna put him to the side. We go for our last one, just a little Bumper. So there's Bumper with his very white face. He's got his gun, Autobot symbol on the chest. He was put into the comic, in the later comics. I'm not sure if he was in Dreamwave, but I'm pretty sure he was in IDW, and who knows, he might show up in the Skybound comic. But a cool looking repaint, remolded face of Bumblebee, and let's see how he poses. We're gonna take that gun out of his hand. His ankle swivels are basically like, not exactly at the ankle, more like weird foreleg moving in certain directions. But a full Jean-Claude Van Damme he can do. Why do I sound like Yoda? Kicking forward, kicking back, kicking to the side, full split, twisting at the waist. He can do it all the way around, very nicely. Arms all the way around, bends at the elbow. He swivels, his fists twist, his arms go out to the side. Good amount of posability there, and the head goes quite a bit around. So I think this is like maybe a repaint, remold of the Studio series. I would have to look. So he is a remold of the original Bumblebee, and this is actually the first official Bumper toy. So that is very cool. The previous one was, again, just mispackaged. So lots of posability. Let's see what he looks like in his Penny Racer mode. So Bumper is about 3 inches long in vehicle mode. I forgot to measure him in robot mode, but if you have a Bumblebee, just measure that. It looks like no car that I've actually seen in real life, but he's cool. He does look like the original toy. Now, weapon storage is based on this little post that you can stick into the back, so it's pretty obvious that he's got a gun. Well, let's see how he rolls. Wow. Very smooth. And he bumps into things too. I have to say, I like it. I like the fact that it's the very first real official Bumper instead of the unofficial ones that we've had for all those years. I had an original. It went in the purge, as did a lot of my Argentinian wind chargers and gears. So let's not talk about it. But yeah, very cool. I like this 4-pack. And unlike a certain other 4-pack, at least it's pretty even odds. I mean, I don't know how strong Bumper would be in a fight, but maybe he could take out Horri-Bull? I don't know. But at least it's 2 versus 2. And there you go. I recommend it just because of all the nostalgia, you know, and having another Nemesis Prime can never hurt. And the first Bumper. So I think it's a cool set. I think it's a lot of fun. Put a link in the description so you can try to get it, or you can, you know, go to your local Target and see if it's there. But wherever you get it, I'm sure you're gonna have fun with it. And if you're having fun with these videos, by all means, feel free to subscribe. That'd be great. And while you are mulling over this very cool 4-pack, check out this other 4-pack over here, but our Auto buddy is a little outnumbered. Poor Cliffy. And we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.